Hey, did you see what's happening with Gensol Engineering? Their stock has been on a wild ride.
Oh, yeah, I saw something about it. I mean, wasn't there a massive drop in their share price?
Exactly, a huge drop. Apparently, the promoters sold about 2.37% of their equity to, unlock some liquidity.
Right. I think I read that it was around 900,000 shares. So the question is, why now? What's the big idea behind this move?
Well, the official line is that they want to reinvest in the business to strengthen the company's balance sheet. Makes sense, I guess.
It does, especially considering the share price plummeted like 70% in just 8 trading sessions. I mean, that's a serious hit.
For sure it is. And get this, they're planning to put the money from the sale back into the company, specifically through a warrant subscription round.
Okay, interesting. So it's like they're selling to buy back in, but in a way that helps the company more directly. Is that the idea?
Precisely. It's all about providing more growth capital. It's like a strategic reshuffling of their assets, I guess.
Makes sense. And even after the sale, the promoters still hold a pretty significant stake, right?
Yep, a hefty 59.70%. So they're still heavily invested in the company's future. That's a relief, I would say.
Yeah, that shows commitment, right? I wonder though, what triggered that massive stock drop in the first place?
That's where it gets a bit messy. It seems like a series of credit rating downgrades from agencies like CARE and ICRA really spooked investors.
Downgrades can definitely do that. So these agencies lowered Gensol's credit ratings, and that led to a loss of investor confidence.
Exactly. ICRA downgraded some of their loan facilities. We're talking about a significant amount, like 2,050 crore rupees worth. So that's not small change.
Wow, that's huge. And Care Ratings also downgraded their bank facilities. I think I read about 716 crore rupees to Care D, which indicates default or high credit risk. So the ratings agencies rang the alarm bell on them.
Absolutely. And investors reacted swiftly and negatively. It's like a domino effect.
I do. Speaking of changes, there was also a CFO resignation in the mix, wasn't there?
Right. Ankit Jain stepped down as CFO and Jabirmahendi Mohammedraza Aga is taking over. A lot of changes happening at once, it seems.
Definitely sounds like they're trying to stabilize the ship, so to speak. Speaking of investment decisions, it's always a good idea to run these things by a certified expert. Disclaimer, we advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions.
Good point. Always best to get professional advice. So, what's next for Gensol?
Well, their board is meeting on March 13th to consider a stock split and explore fundraising options. They're looking at everything from equity issuance to foreign currency convertible bonds.
A stock split could make the shares more accessible to smaller investors, right? It's like cutting a pizza into smaller slices so more people can have some.
Exactly, and fundraising could give them the capital they need to bounce back. They're really pulling out all the stops, it sounds like.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to turn things around aggressively. It's a pretty bold move to sell shares and then reinvest the money like that.
It is, but it shows they're willing to put their money where their mouth is, right? They believe in the company's long-term potential.
So, Gensol is in renewable energy and electric mobility, correct?
Right. Established in 2012, they do solar power engineering, procurement, and construction. That's the EPC part. And they're also into electric vehicle solutions.
Okay, so they're in some pretty hot sectors right now. They have a diverse team. I think I read somewhere about 500 professionals.
Yeah, they're pretty diverse. They operate in solar EPC, including India and the Middle East. And they also do Scorpius trackers, which are advanced solar tracking solutions. They're even in EV leasing with Let's EV and EV manufacturing with Gensol EV.
Wow, they're spread out across a few different areas. What about their ranking in the solar EPC space?
I believe they are among the top 10 solar EPC players in India and like the top 5 independent EPC providers. They've done over 770 MW of solar projects. That's pretty impressive, I'd say.
It is. They've handled rooftop, ground mount, and even floating installations. Floating.
Yeah, floating solar installations, solar panels on water. It's a thing.
That's really cool. What about this Scorpius Trackers acquisition?
That was in September 2023. It gave Gensol a boost with globally bankable solar tracking solutions. They are also getting into battery energy storage systems, BES, and green hydrogen infrastructure.
So they are looking to the future too. Very interesting.
And they have that EV manufacturing facility in Chakan, Pune. They also provide EV leasing solutions to all sorts of clients.
So it seems like despite the recent challenges, they're positioned for long-term growth in some pretty vital sectors.
Definitely. It'll be interesting to see how they navigate these challenges and whether their strategic moves pay off.
Absolutely. It's a company worth keeping an eye on, I think.
If you like keeping an eye on companies like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We try to keep you updated on stories like this all the time.